I just hit 3 years without alcohol, and I can now say I'm so proud to be clean. When I quit drinking at 24, I was sad, overweight, and was not progressing in my life. Today, I am proud to say that I am 3 years sober, lost 30 pounds, and learned a ton of lessons about myself and life in general. If you've ever felt like quitting, or worse, felt like it was impossible to stop, I know firsthand how hard it can be to change. But going sober is 100% worth it. Here are the biggest life lessons that I learned when I stopped drinking. It changed my life forever, and it can change yours as well. The fact that I am up and productive before 1 p.m. on a weekend is miraculous, and this is proof of the changes that I have gone through. The first thing I learned after quitting alcohol is that it increased my productivity. Saturday and Sunday mornings tended to not even exist because I used to sleep through them. But now I really do take advantage of the weekends. Unlike when I would be very hungover at this time of morning and probably just roll out of bed and order Uber Eats, now I can get a lot more sleep and I'm more productive. And it's not even just the fact that I'm getting more sleep and deeper sleep. I've also increased my focus and attention. I'm now able to put my mind on a single task and utilize weekends and hours off of work to further my actual life goals. Because truthfully, I do like being productive. It makes me feel so accomplished. So the process of going sober made me more productive, which in turn has made me so much happier. And this is a positive side effect that you'll notice fairly quickly after you quit drinking alcohol. You get time and attention back that you might not have realized that you were wasting all along. I used to live for the weekend and for that next party, and I would never turn down a drink. But these past 3 years, I've actually started new creative endeavors like this YouTube channel. I even started going to the gym when I had never so much as even picked up a dumbbell before. Quitting alcohol has allowed me to be so much more productive in many areas of my life and reminded me that I have goals to achieve and time is very precious. Currently, we're heading to the grocery store to get a cake to celebrate this momentous occasion, so let's go. Now, a surprising addition to my life lessons from quitting alcohol is the change in my confidence. I used to think that when I would drink, that was when I was the most confident. I was loud, I danced, I said whatever was on my mind. But in reality, alcohol brings about a false sense of confidence. And it's not your truest self. I thought that I could not open up or let loose without alcohol. But really, you are so powerful when you realize that you had the power to do that all along and without any substances. Because see, what ends up happening is a dependence on alcohol. Without it, I had to learn to be genuinely confident, especially in public or social settings. Things like making conversation or speaking up in a group without being shy were things that I've trained myself and I can actually do now. It unlocked this new level of confidence I didn't even know I was capable of. Now I can show genuine interest and actually remember conversations without any assistance. I really feel like I've cultivated a genuine charisma. My personality can shine through, and that's way better than when I relied on alcohol. Okay, now let's go inside and get what we came here for. Did you know that liquor stores are closed in Texas on Sundays? Yeah, and you also can't buy beer on Sunday before 10 a.m. I used to know all of these small rules back when I drank. I knew which gas stations were open until midnight, and I made sure not to stop at the same place twice in 1 week. And it's just crazy to be standing in front of all this alcohol right now with no temptations and no cravings in sight. The point is, alcohol used to control a lot of my daily habits and routines. I felt like I didn't have a control of my life, alcohol did. I used to not even be able to pass this aisle without going down and seeing if there was a new brand to try or a new mixer. It controlled the places I used to visit and even where I used to eat, because I used to like to go to places with good drinks or cheap drinks. And it controlled every weekend because in my head, it wasn't a fun weekend if alcohol wasn't involved. But guess what? That was a lie. I have had more fun nights sober than I ever had when I was having drunk, crazy nights out that now, honestly, I don't even remember. Now I feel like I have the power to take control of my life and steer the course again. Building new habits is hard, but it has become a lot easier without alcohol standing in the way. I control my life and I control my routines now. And now taking care of my body is a priority and not just at the bottom of the list. So now I pass by this aisle without any more than a glance. But let's get what we really came here for. Now the next lesson is kind of funny considering I'm next to a cake, but the next lesson I learned is about balance and weight loss. We are creatures of habit, and unfortunately, excessive drinking and eating were habits that went hand in hand for me. But after quitting alcohol and prioritizing my health again, it meant that I learned about balance. I used to weigh over 154 pounds at my heaviest in 2020, and I did not know what balance was. I did not recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. And if we're being honest, alcohol has so many empty calories. And when I would drink, I would never crave something like a salad. It was usually something cheesy, fatty, and full of carbs. Alcohol helped me turn my life around because I didn't feel like myself on the outside. I didn't feel like my body reflected the real and the true me, because the true me wanted to have a healthy body and mind. But my actions and my habits proved otherwise. So removing the shackles of alcohol in my life allowed me to free up my time and space to help rebalance and prioritize the things that were important to me. I used to prioritize short-term reward and gain over my long-term goals and plans. And removing that allowed me time and space to prioritize my health again. And I did lose a significant amount of weight. So if you're considering quitting alcohol, know that this could be a potential positive side effect, as it was for me. Let's get this cake ready. So, 3 years in, how does it feel? Do I miss it? Was it worth it? The biggest and most important thing I gained from this whole journey was that my standards have increased. My standards for what I expect for myself and what I can accomplish. My standards for friendship and who I want in my circle. And my standards for how I treat my body. I used to think that I couldn't quit. And honestly, I didn't want to for the longest time. But you can break the cycle. You are strong enough. I'm sitting here, living and breathing on the other side to tell you it is worth it. You don't have to accept drinking as a part of your life if you don't want to, just because it's socially acceptable. Expect judgment from quitting. People will ask you why it is that you're quitting. No amount of judgment will matter when you have raised your standards for what you allow or don't allow into your life. Now I smile and embrace when someone asks me why I don't drink, because I'm so proud to share my story. There are nothing but great things that come when you choose to put the bottle down, and you have everything to gain, a new you to uncover. And if you've ever given up alcohol before, or tried to give it up and failed, or just need hope to get started, I really wish you luck, and I hope that this motivates you too.